What's up, guys? This is Sin, and I am back here with another NPA match. And today, your 1-8 Cedar Rapids Thundurus are looking to try and get something. I know we've had a lot of close games this year, and it seems like, you know, a lot of things could have gone our way, but didn't this year. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But today, we are taking on Ryan, aka The Exception, and he is the coach of the Tampa Bay Luxrays. We faced him last year when we had a good matchup against him last year. We beat him 2-0 last year in Season 3 over when I was the Waterloo Sawsbucks, but now it's the Cedar Rapids Thundurus versus the Tampa Bay Luxrays this time around. And we are about to get on with the battle here, and I will show you guys what went on. And this game was a little interesting, and I say that like in a vague way. I lead off with Galvantula, and here I am thinking, okay, he's gonna lead with Thundurus, which is a fair guess, but little did I know, and I should have seen this coming. But as soon as the flamethrower's out, I'm like, oh, yep, this is Zoroark. And I got sticky webs up and pretty much died. Now, if I would have known, if I played smart and did my things right, I would have probably bug buzzed. But I didn't. So there you go. But I do. He withdraws his Thundurus, quote unquote, for his other Thundurus, the actual one. And so I U-turn with my choice banded Staraptor here. It did about 20-ish, 25-ish percent, I guess. And then we're going to go into our Gardevoir here to try and counter anything that Thundurus may provide. And this Thundurus set was a little weird to me because I don't think he had an attack move, really. I couldn't think of one. Well, maybe I not that I think off the top of my head right now, but we're gonna go for a Moonblast, and we're gonna do some decent damage on the Thundurus. We almost kill it, as a matter of fact. Not that I was expecting to kill it, but it did a lot more damage than I thought it would. But he goes for Thunder Wave, and that is going to hinder us a lot. But we do go for an Energy Ball and take this thing out, and down goes Thundurus, which is good for Gardevoir, because Gardevoir hasn't really done a whole lot this year as far as getting kills goes. But he brings out Kabutops, and I was like, okay, this should be easy. I just click Energy Ball. So he goes for Knockoff. I know he has speeds, even if I was Scarfed, but I was Assault Vest for a reason. For Pokemon like Thundurus. But I do get the Oko on the Kabutops, which does help me out a little bit. It's good. So now, we got Zoroark, John Cena. You can't see me. I get it. I get the joke. But he goes for Shadow Ball. Good play there. I really had no other use for Gardevoir at this point because it was already low on HP and it was paralyzed. So I kind of sacked it just to get a free switch in because he doesn't have rocks up. So I go to Staraptor, get the Intimidate off. Not that it really matters. But he has no other choice but to take a Brave Bird straight to the face. Here I'm thinking, oh, this is going to kill. Right? Wrong. Focus Sash. Which is fine. That's fine. You know, I had a thought that maybe he was choice. Probably Specs, but I didn't expect the Focus Sash, and he gets the burn on the Flamethrower. Which means I automatically get to sack this thing off because there's no point. And we get Sucker Punched. The bane of my existence. Once again, everybody brings Sucker Punch against me, but that's fair. I had no other choice but to sack it off regardless. So I bring in Starmie, and this doesn't seem like a good play for me at the beginning, but I ran a Colbur Berry, and I have Reflect type. So I don't know if he saw that coming, but he totally predicted it. I don't know if he saw it coming, but he predicted it, which is fair. But I do switch out here because I do think that's not going to be a good play for me if he stays in. So I go into Golurk thinking he might try and do something crazy. But he goes for Body Slam, and that ends up playing out in my favor a little bit. So he withdraws, and he's going to go into Pelipper. And if I would have predicted my cards just a little bit right on this one, I may have gone for Thunder Punch. But that's the hindsight's 2020. I go for Stealth Rocks, thinking he's not double defog, and I'm like, if he's real, he's double defog. But we had to take the rock play regardless, and so I go back, or I go into Ferrothorn because it's honestly my best play here. But he goes defog, he's double defogged, and wouldn't you know it, I totally saw it coming, but I totally didn't at the same time. But he goes for Hurricane. It doesn't really do a whole lot. Like 27%. Guaranteed 4-hit KO. But I go for a knockoff, try and get the damp rock off. That's fine. That doesn't bother me as much. In case something happens, something crazy happens here. I go for Power Whip. And it does quite a bit of damage. About 56% almost, I think. Goes for Hurricane. And does about another 27%. And I go for Power Whip. Does not miss, and takes out Pelipper. So Ferrothorn did its job, but the problem is now we are flirting with a potential to get completely manhandled by Mega Swampert. He goes to Mega Swampert here, and he's going to go into, I think he's going for Earthquake here. Yeah, he does go for Earthquake here. Takes me out, and now it's, I think, 3-2. But we have two fully healed we have two full healed Mons. And that works out in my advantage. So does he. He has two full healed Mons. And he has Zoroark. That's totally cool. You know, I mean, it could be worse. But we don't outspeed the Swift Swim Mega Swampert here. And we're going to take some serious damage. And Scald comes in, does quite a bit, about 65%. Now, here's my misplay here. If I would have known, now, after this turn, the rain stops. If I would have checked, I would have known that. The crit didn't matter, by the way. But that's besides the point. If I would have known the rain would have stopped this turn, I would have easily switched down to Golurk. Easily. And just let Golurk take the hit. But, to my surprise, Golurk ends up living this waterfall, and we end up killing the Mega Swampert. Now, this isn't really going to make a difference for differential. Well, it does make a difference for the differential, but for the win-loss, we already lost the match. He's going to go for Shadow Ball and finish the game off. We lose 2-0. But, again, another close game. We've had a lot of them this year. We've had a few things that just didn't roll our way. I felt like the hacks were minimal, I should say. But I didn't really get any on my side. Like I've gotten any else. Like I've gotten a few things to go my way out. Like as far as hacks are concerned, like my only win of the year, I got major hacks against Lindo, and I haven't really gotten much since. I mean, the burn kind of didn't help matters for Staraptor. It kind of made it disposable. If I would have known the rain stopped, that's my own fault right there. But I wouldn't call the illusion hacks at all. This was the burn was what the burn on the Staraptor was what really kind of changed it for me, because I kind of was like, maybe I could preserve the Staraptor, maybe not. But hindsight again is 2020, and you know, Staraptor could have made a huge difference later on in the game if it wasn't disposable because of the burn. Because we would have probably close combated, we would have saved it for the Slowpoke, for the Snorlax. Never mind, I'm drunk. Not really drunk, but I'm acting like it. I should stop. The Snorlax for the close combat. That's like that would have done a lot of damage, especially choice banded. But again, we'll see how that actually turns out. But that puts us at 1-9 on the year. Next week we take on Tapu Cocoa Puffs, coached by CantoCast. Divisional opponent for the last 2 games. After that, we're finishing off the year against Iron Boffin, coach of the Rochester Rhydons, and that will end our season for season 4 of the NPA. As far as my return for next year, I'm debating still if I want to, simply because I feel like my skills aren't necessarily up to par with the rest of the leagues. I know I'm losing a lot of close games, and I feel like a lot of close games could go my way if and stuff like that. Hindsight, like again, I say a million times in the video, hindsight's 20/20. But again, I feel like my skills are not quite up to where I would like them to be in this league. But if I work hard enough, I could work to being in season 5. I have no idea. I'll talk to Joe about it. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out.